Hello guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to talk about whether or not you want to install Emacs from a package manager or build Emacs from source on your Ubuntu, your Linux, or your Windows system. Of course, the answer is you want to install it from a package manager. That's the fastest way to get Emacs up and running. And there's a pretty good level of trust in the package managers that you get on almost all of these computer systems. However, if you want to learn to build Emacs from source, watch the rest of this video series because that's what we're going to be working on. And here are some reasons in this video why you might want to do that. So I encourage you to keep watching. So here's a URL that you can go up to the mothership at Emacs, and you can download Emacs, a pre-compiled binary from Emacs for any one of your computer systems. That'll give you some directions. I'll also show you how to do that in this video. Reasons to build from source, reasons to use a package manager, and then I'll be showing you how to install Emacs on Windows, Mac operating system, or Linux. So reasons to build from source, we've got security and trust. Verify the source integrity. This is kind of the main reason, the source integrity of the source files. You may trust the package managers, these guys at Chocolatey, these guys at Homebrew, Scoop, who are these guys? But maybe you trust them. In most cases, we do trust them to give us secure software. But in terms of Emacs, which is pretty complex, it's got a lot of stuff going on, you may want to trust the guys at Emacs a little bit more than the package managers. And that's one of the main reasons to install Emacs or to build Emacs from source files. So the customization, so choose some specific customization options. This is a pretty important reason you want to build Emacs in some kind of special way. This is how you would do it. You would build it from the source files. Optimization, compiler flags. You can fine tune your Emacs for your computer's architecture. That's a pretty cool way of building Emacs from configuring Emacs for your home system or for your computer, your lab system. In terms of the latest versions, any software usually has a stable release. That's what we'll be looking at in terms of these release tarballs. And then they've got the cutting edge build. So if you want to build from source, you get more cutting edge features. That's a pretty big reason for some software like FFmpeg, for example, where you have a lot of compression. Maybe you want to have your videos be of a really small file size. You gotta build FFmpeg from source to get those really small file sizes. Non-standard installation paths in terms of where you want to build your Emacs, or how many systems you want to have on how many Emacs programs you want to have on your computer system. That's another reason to build Emacs from source. And in terms of reproducibility, hey, let's build Emacs into a container system, and then you can just give that container to your colleagues, to the people that you work with on software, get all the dependencies, and they're crystallized into one container. So system-specific libraries. And that is a really easy way to create reproducible builds. In terms of debugging support, you've got a lot of options for debugging, which is a pretty big deal if you are one of the maintainers, I guess, if you are one of the maintainers or builders of Emacs. And then we've got my favorite reason, number 7, learn how to build software from source. In this video series, you will learn about the GNU Auto tools, about make and configure, generally about how the process to build the software from source works, and then we'll go right through and build the software on an Ubuntu 25.04 computer system, which can also work on your Windows system if you have WSL and WSLG enabled. So reasons to use a package manager, of course, it's speed and ease of use, simplified installation, updates, one single command, and a lot of times it'll just put it right on your path for you through, it does that on Chocolatey. Adds it right to your path, and your Windows path is limited. So I do like that Chocolatey package manager. Dependency management automatically resolves and installs dependencies, libraries. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it. It's all done for you. Security updates, regulated automated security patches, and the distribution maintainers are going to take care of that. You hope they will. Consistency and stability, pre-tested binaries ensure compatibility, and they reduce configuration errors. On installation, you can remove your software with a script and it gets rid of all the remnants, really easy. And time and efficiency, avoid the lengthy compilation process. You don't have to learn all the overhead of learning how to build Emacs from source, even though the Emacs builds pretty quickly in a modern environment, even on a remote system. So here we've got install a precompiled Emacs binary with GUI support on Windows. You got Chocolatey. Taco install Emacs. You've got Winget install Emacs.emacs. We've got Scoop install Emacs. And WSL with WSLG enabled, which is a default, gives you sudo apt update and sudo apt install Emacs. And for the Ming W64 environment on IMSys2, if you use that, instead of using WSL for some reason, you got pacman -S Emacs, and there's a package there to install Emacs. Sigwin, we don't need to worry about it. Historical context, niche use case. So installing on Mac operating system with precompiled Emacs with a GUI, we have brew install cask Emacs. We have this nifty web page up at the Emacs mothership, which I think looks like a business card. Great looking web page. I like it. I like this design. I like the colors, how it all works together. And you can go up there and you can download Emacs for your Mac operating system, prebuilt, precompiled binaries. In terms of Mac ports, you know about those. Sudo port install Emacs app. And now we are here at the GUI Linux support on Linux. Of course, Ubuntu, Mint, Debian. This is sudo apt update and sudo apt install Emacs. That's the system I'm using for this tutorial. I'm working on Kepler 452B, that's the system, and this is an Ubuntu 25.04 system. Fedora, CentOS, and RHEL, you use sudo dnf install Emacs, Arch Linux Manjaro, sudo pacman -S Emacs, and OpenSUSE, sudo zipper install Emacs. Gentoo, sudo emerge --ask app editors /Emacs. Flatpak, maybe you do, maybe you don't want to use Flatpak. It's containerized. Emacs does a lot of interaction with your computer system. And you know, Emacs actually has its own container system built right within it where you can lock it down like AppArmor so it doesn't, let anything out, and you have to let everything through. It's kind of like a built-in firewall in Emacs. That's a little bit of an annoying system. It doesn't work very well, in my opinion, because Emacs interacts with a lot of processes. And the whole point of using Emacs is to interact with a lot of processes. Therefore, Flatpak is not a very good option, in my opinion. And Snap may be similar, also Snap, of course. Flatpak working for all of the different distributions on Linux, and Snap working for Canonical and for Ubuntu. And another way that you could install it is via a deb package if you had to find some specific type of use case or some specific build that was available on a deb package, and via an app image as well. Again, if people build a prebuilt Emacs that has a lot of libraries, you may find one on an app image. So in this lesson, you learned some of the trade-offs between building software from source code and using package managers, precompiled binaries. The package managers are faster, they're easier to use, they're less headache, and you literally get Emacs installed in your computer system pronto without any problems. But if you want to build Emacs from source, that's what this video tutorial is about. Keep watching. We're going to build an Emacs system from source. I'm going to show you how easy it is to build Emacs from source and kind of how it all works. And trust me, when you build Emacs from source on your computer system, it gives you some feeling of having created the software yourself, even though people have been working on it for 30 years or longer, and it's an amazing piece of software that a lot of people have worked on. You can actually create that on your own computer system, and that's what we're going to be looking at in this video. So keep watching, and we will, in the next video, we're going to download those source files from the GNU mothership. We're going to verify their integrity for that security part, and we're going to extract the archives, and we'll look at where to download them so we can get on to the next parts of the videos where eventually we'll be building Emacs from source. Thanks so much for watching, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the next video.